Okay, so now what I will do, I will restart my server
Okay.
and let me open this one. And the port number is, what is that port number is? 42.
22242.
Yes. Okay, now let me open localhost photos. So this is your login page.
Yes.
Okay, so this is one, I mean, last time we developed one simple HTML page and we had given username, password, and we also given some submit login button. So this is our HTML page. Okay, and
Yeah.
this is your action name, login form. So go back to your web.xml. So this is your URL pattern, correct?
Yeah.
So let me go back to this page and now go back to this page. So now please provide valid credential. So this is your servlet, correct?
Yeah.
And this is your HTML page and this is your web.xml. Go back to your HTML, submit. So action, what I had given here,
XYG.
XYZ, correct? And method equal to post and name equal to form name. So what is the purpose of this name, right? I think in previous class we have already saw, right? So if you want to read the username field, document dot form name dot is field name dot value, correct?
Yeah.
Or else other way is document dot get element by ID, we have to pass this name.
Yeah.
So this is one way, and second way is document dot form name dot field name dot value. So you can able to read the username field value, correct?
Yeah.
So that is the purpose of name, and the, the purpose of method is, I will tell you later, and first we will see the action. So here, right, so I had given action is XYZ, correct?
Yeah.
And after that, what I did, I have developed one servlet. It's a simple, it's kind of Java class, correct? So
Yeah.
class is login servlet, and it is extending HTTP servlet, correct? This is also one class, and inside that we have some abstract methods, do get and do post, two methods. Okay, so first what we are doing, we are filling this form, and on click of submit, right, on click of submit, whenever you are trying to submit this form, so it will look for the corresponding action. So what is the action here? XYZ. So
Yeah.
first what you'll do, it will look for the web.xml. So inside this application you have only one web.xml for for always. Okay, so inside this web.xml it will look for that pattern. So XYZ, whatever action name you have mentioned, it will look for that URL pattern, and after that it will look for corresponding servlet name. So
Yeah.
corresponding servlet name is my servlet. So the my servlet is registered here, specific to this particular class, correct?
Yeah.
So then it will go for inside this class, then it will come to this class, and now go back to the previous one. Now the method will come into the picture. So method is here post, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, if you see in your servlet we have a two methods, one is do get and another one is do post.
The post.
So based on the method name what we are giving here, a get or post, so based on that corresponding method will be called either do post or do get.
Okay.
So now for in our example, what is the method name I had given? Post, correct?
Post. Yeah.
So this method will be called and it will be executed.
Okay.
Okay, now go back to our page. So username, what I will give? I'll give some XYZ, some junk value. Password, I'm giving some junk value. So click on submit. So did you see there? So basically it is coming to this method do post. So how you know? Let me write one sys out. I am from do post.
Okay.
So now let me go back and refresh. Now so I will submit again. Submit. Now method is post, right?
Yeah.
Submit it. And now we will see I am from do
Yeah.
post.
Job
So
post.
based on the method name, what you are declaring in your servlet, corresponding method will be invoked, either do post or do get.
Do that.
And inside this do post method, we are reading the request parameters, correct?
Yeah.
Username and password. And
Yeah.
we are printing it. And after that, what we are doing, we are trying to compare username equal to XYZ and password equal to PQR. Then we are saying login successful. If it is something else, then we are telling please provide valid credentials.
Right.
So now let me try with valid usernames. What is the valid username? XYZ and password is
PQR.
PQR and submit it. Now it is saying XYZ logged in successfully.
Right.
If I'll give something else, some wrong password, then it's telling please provide valid credentials.
Yes.
So basically what our user is typing, we are reading at the server side, correct? Request
Yes.
dot get parameter, and we have to pass the corresponding HTML field name.
Right.
So we can able to read it.
Yeah.
Okay, now go back to one more point. Now go back and go back to your HTML page. Now here, instead of post, I want to give method as a get.
Okay.
Okay, let me go to here and let me add one sysout in get method so that we can
Okay.
know whether it's calling or not. So this is get method. I am from do get. Okay, now username I'm giving as a PQR and password I'm giving as ABC. Correct? Let me
Yeah.
submit it. If you see the URL, username is PQR
PQR.
and password equal to.
ABC.
So if you mention a method as a get, what will happen? Whatever the fields you are trying to enter, that will be appear on the browser, correct? But this is not a secure one, right?
Yes.
So we should not use get. If you will use get, what will happen? The field names will be visible on the browser, correct? So,
Yeah.
so now let me change it to post. And we reopen this application, refresh it. Now let me write something.
Okay.
Now submit it. Now did you see anything here? Username and
No.
password.
No.
So that is the basic difference between do get and post method. So this is very important question in the interview.
Okay.
So if you use method as a post, so you're not able to see anything in the browser.
Browser.
Okay, and if you
Yeah.
use get, so whatever the form data you are submitting, everything will be visible on the browser.
Oh.
So so how the fields will reach the server? Right now you are not able to see on the browser, right? So when you
Yeah.
submit a form with method as a post, so the details, right, the fields, it will go via body.
Yeah.
So that is the difference between do get and do post. Okay, and
Yeah.
this is one difference, and another difference is, right, so if you submit a form by using get, so as part of browser, it will display all the fields, correct?
Right.
If you think that the data is not secure, then you can able to send the you can able to submit the form by using the get,
Yeah.
because it will display on the header side, right? If you feel
Right.
that is not a secure data, then you can submit the data by using the get, but there is a limitation for the get. So whatever the data you are trying to as part of the URL, right? So there is a limitation, so you are not able to type more than 1024 kilobytes.
Okay.
As part of post, if you submit form with post, right, you are not able to see anything here, right?
Yes.
So there is no limitation. So this is another difference. If you submit a form with get, so all the fields will be displayed on the header.
Yes.
If you submit a form with post, the fields will not be displayed on the header, so it will be submitted from the body.
Yeah.
So this is the basic difference between get and post. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now the second question I want to tell you. So if you, I mean, I think you know, right? If you log in into your banking application, like whatever bank, I mean, account you have, after
Yeah.
some 15 minutes, if you click on any link, then you will get a message: your session is expired. Please
Yes.
log in again. Correct?
Right.
So that we will see later. And before that, I mean, before going to that point, I want to tell you another point. Okay. So right now, what is our application name here?
Login app.
Login app. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Now go back. So what you are getting here? Login app is not available. So to
Yes.
get our application, every time what I am trying to do here, I am typing our HTML name, correct? Application name slash our
History.
HTML. So this is what I am doing so far, right?
Yep.
Okay. So going forward, I don't want to type our HTML file name. So by
Okay.
default, whenever you are trying to opening your application, I want to
Yeah.
open this page always.
Okay.
So how to do that one? So go back to your web.xml. So inside web app, so there is a tag you will see here, welcome file list.
Yeah.
So whenever if you are trying to opening your application, so let me remove it. So now what you are getting here, 404.
Some. Yeah.
So
For yeah.
404 means, so HTTP status 404 means it is not able to find some resource. So that is
Okay.
the meaning of this code. It's not able to find some resource. Okay.
Yeah.
Now
Okay.
go back to your welcome.page. So web.xml is a parent tag. Inside that you will see one tag, welcome file list.
Yeah.
So what is the inside that we have a file tag called welcome file. So what is the purpose of this one, right? So whenever you are trying to, if anybody is accessing your application, if you want to open one default page, you have to mention that page name here. So the default page in our case is login.html.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Previously it was some index.html. Now
Yeah.
I made it as a, okay, let me login.html, and let me restart the server. Okay, now come back, and let's see that now I didn't give on any.
Yes.
So that is the
So,
purpose of welcome file.
okay.
You understood, right? Previously every
Yeah.
time I used to type our HTML file name, correct?
Yes.
Going forward, if you don't want to type your HTML file name, so you can keep that default file name under welcome file list, under as part of
Lo-
welcome file.
yes.
So this is the advantage of welcome file. Okay, now go back to our request servlet. So inside this servlet, right, we have a request field, correct? So
Yes.
request. So this will be prepared by container. Container will create this object and it will give to you. So okay, so this request scope or life of this object is only for this request. So whenever you are submitting the form, so this HTTP servlet request object will be created and it is available only for that particular request handling. Like we have in previous case, right, we have a garbage collector, right? So how
Yeah.
objects are creating, how objects are removing from the heap. We were discussed in the previous case, right, as part of core Java.
Yeah.
The similar way here also, this HTTP servlet request object will be created by the container. Container is Tomcat here, correct? So Tomcat will create the object and it will provide to us. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Now the second question is, so this is our login page, correct?
Yeah.
So from this login page, so many people are trying to log in. I'm trying to log in from by using my SID, from my user ID and password, and the same way you also trying to log in with your credential, correct?
Right.
So after once I logged in, so I can able to see my details. Once you logged in, you can able to see your details, correct?
Yeah.
So how server can able to identify? So you logged in from with your credential, and also it will give back the response to you, your details, correct?
Yeah.
And I can able to see my details as part of the response.
Right.
So how server is maintain this uniqueness?
Yeah.
So this is the main question. So there is a concept called session. Okay.
Session.
Sessions.
Yeah.
Yes. So how session is creating? For each user, container will create a unique ID. Okay.
Okay.
So for
Yeah.
every user, container will create a unique ID. So that is a kind of alphanumeric and somewhere 16 digit. So I will show you the session, how the session is creating and what is the format of session and how it is useful for to identify the container a specific user. If you see your Gmail account, right? So many people are trying to log in, correct? Once
Right.
they logged in, they can able to see only their details. So they are not able to see other details, correct?
Right.
So how the server is, once you first time if you logged in, so server will create a particular session or a numeric ID for you. It will keep
Okay.
into the memory. Okay. So when the
Yeah.
response is giving back to you, so as part of the response, so server will send you the session ID to client.
Yeah.
So I can write something. So this is user. Okay.
Okay.
So this is
Yeah.
server. So users might be n number of users. One user, two user, user number 3, correct? So first time if any user is logged in, it will go to the server, and with this user it will create one session ID called S1.
Okay.
Okay. So
Yeah.
once after that it should give response back to the user, correct?
Yeah.
As part of the, so as part of the response, right, what it will do, response plus session ID, it will
That's
give,
one plus ID. Right.
so it will give back to the user, correct?
Right.
Okay, now user 2 logged in. So it will check the database, did user 2 is logged in or not. If he didn't logged in, so it will create a session S2 for the second user.
Second user. Right.
Okay, whenever it's giving back response to the user, R plus S2
That's
will
true.
send back.
That's true. Right.
The similar way, how many users are trying to log in, so that many sessions it will create.
Right.
Okay, whenever the user 1 again he is trying to click some link, so he will send the new request, right?
Yeah.
So as part of that request, this session will come. So whenever you are sending second request, as part of the second request, the session ID also will come to the server.
Right.
So second time whenever you are sending the request, it will not create new session ID. Session ID is already there, right?
Yeah.
So it will not create. So if the session ID is not there for a particular user ID, then only it will create.
Okay.
So now you got it right. So now we'll
Yeah.
see how it will be created. Now go back to Servlet, and this is your HTML page, and we are using method as a post. Okay, now go back to the post method, do post. This session is very important as part of interview panel. So they will ask a question like how container or server will identify a unique user. So how the response is sending back to a particular user. Why can't the response is sending to multiple person? Why is not sending? So that is the
Yeah.
question you will get. Okay. Now do post, right? So we have a
Yeah.
request object. I told you, right? Request object will be prepared by container.
Right.
Correct. Now let me write another statement. My session ID. So session ID, how you will get it? Request object request dot get session. So
Okay.
inside the request, this is the request is object, object, right? So inside the request, there is a method
Yeah.
called get session.
Right.
Okay, inside this, it will return you a HTTP session object. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So okay, let me save into, let me write into 2 lines so that it will give clear picture. Okay, request dot get session. It will return you HTTP session.
Yeah.
Okay, now you have a session, correct? So
Yeah.
inside the session object, so there is a method called get session ID.
Okay.
Session dot get ID. So from the request, I am trying to take session, and from the session, I am trying to get the session ID. Okay, let me
Right.
submit it. Let me submit the form. Whether session ID will create or not, we will see. Submit it, and you will see here, right? So this is the unique session ID.
Right.
So now what I will do, I will resubmit the form again. What will happen? So I'm trying to write some different SID, some for username and submit it. Did you see there same session ID is creating, correct? Did you notice it?
Yeah. Yeah. Same one.
Same session ID, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, so for every login, I want to create a new session ID. So how to create it? So
Okay.
did you see there get session, correct? So here
Yeah.
there is a Boolean flag. If you see here, get session. See, get session one is empty parenthesis, another is
Argument.
Boolean.
Boolean argument. Yeah.
So here what I will do, here I will pass as a true. So what is the purpose of this true? Now let me run it and let me see. So now also it is giving same.
Yes.
Okay, now what I will do, let me take this URL and let me open another browser, another client, another user.
Okay.
Paste it, submit it. Okay, I got it, something, right? So now let me write some username and password, submit it, go back to this page. Did you see there what is the session ID now?
Is different.
So what is the how it is different, I told you, right? So whenever you are submitting first time, let me open. So first time when one user is logged in, so it
Yeah.
went and say session ID S1 is created.
Yes.
So whenever next time again if you are trying to send another request, I told you it will not create another new session, correct?
Yep.
So as part of the response you will get the session ID. See,
Yeah.
as part of this response you will get that session id. And whenever you are making second request, the second request, as part of the second request, you will get that session id also. That's what, if I will use same browser, if I will use same browser, it will
Yeah.
create always, if it will create always same session id. So
Okay.
if I will use, what is that, sorry, Chrome, so it will create session id with 7f7. And if I will try to log in with what is that, IE, it will create
I
742.
right.
Okay, let me log in so that you will see. Go back. Same browser I'm using. Same browser means same client. Let me submit it. See, what is that session ID? 7f7.
7
Okay, now let me try to log in with IE. So IE is already logged in. So let me. So what is the session ID? 742.
742.
Now what I will do? I will open. Hello, you can able to hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
what I will do?
Yes.
I will open another browser. Another browser. Chrome. I will open another session.
Okay.
Okay, let me paste it. This is a new browser basically. New browser means it's a different client.
Yeah.
Okay, let me write something. So this is the first request from this user, correct?
Yeah.
So this is the first time I'm submitting. Let me submit it. So what is this? 747, correct? Maybe the cache is maintaining. So what is the cache? This is the second question. So I will tell you. Let me go back to, yeah. See here, right? So first user, let me mark this user. So this is
Yeah.
the user one, right? So this is the user one.
Yeah.
So whenever this user is logged in, so it will come to the server and session ID will be created, correct?
Right.
So whenever the response is coming back, so the response will come to the server, sorry, client. Client means browser. The session ID will be saved into the browser cache.
Right.
The session ID will be saved into the browser cache. Whenever you are sending back second response, so inside the cache, whatever session ID is there, so that will be carry forwarded to the server back again. So now also it's happening same thing. So even though I'm trying to open second browser, what will happen in this browser cache, that session ID is already saved. So that's
Yeah.
what, whenever I'm submitting from the different browser also, it is giving same session ID.
Right. Yeah.
If I lose entire different browser, so for different browser cache is different.
Yeah.
Okay, let me try with Firefox. So far I have not I have not submitted anything from the Firefox. Okay, let me submit from the
Yeah.
Firefox. So Firefox is having a different cache. Okay, let me submit it. Submit it. Yes. Now go to the server and let me see. Did you see that new
Yeah.
session ID is created? Correct.
Right.
So that's what, right? If you see most of the banking applications, whenever once you logged out, the browser will be closed automatically. What will happen if you're not closing the browser? What will happen? Some people will, they can able to steal your session ID from the cookies, from the cache.
Right.
So that is what happening. So even though now I opened two browsers. So let me keep it. This is one, another one. So two Chrome, correct?
Yeah.
But these two Chromes are treating as a one customer. See,
Right.
now let me submit it. Keep this side. Keep this side. The session ID is 7 of 7, correct?
Right.
Okay, let me submit again. Session ID is 7 of 7. Let me submit from above browser. Session ID is 7 of 7 because these two browser is having same cache. correct? So now what I will do, I will clear the cache. Clear browser data on cache. So did you see there where is the cache? See here,
Yeah.
cache I am trying to clear for this browser. Now cache got cleared. So basically in this browser there is no that session ID.
Right.
It's still clearing.
So every time, suppose I'm logging to the bank applications, and
Mhm.
after 15 second or 1 minute is auto log out. So they
Yes,
clean the cache automatically.
yeah, that is the second. Second topic. I'll tell you later. So
Okay.
now I'm using the Chrome, but I cleared the cache. So now let me submit it. But still cache is there. Basically, I need to close these browsers. Still, it is maintaining the cache. See there. So 77, it's opening. Basically, I need to close these two browsers, and I need to open new browser, and I need to clear the cache. Then only it will create new session ID. So the another way is, right, so there is a logout button. Did you know that? So once you do logout, right, what will happen? So it will clear the session ID from the server side. Okay, let
Okay.
me log in again. Login app. So you got a login page. Let me submit something. Now did you see that?
Yeah. Is
New session ID
490.
got created, correct?
Right.
So as long as you are using same browser, so it will maintain the same session ID, correct?
Right.
So that is the, now the second question is, what is the life of the cache?
Okay.
A browser. So
Yeah.
as long as you are maintaining a same browser, so you can able to maintain same session.
Right.
So that is the interview questions they will ask. So what is the difference between session and cache? So how the data is holding? So you got it
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
So now, so if you mention here true, so for every, it will, if you mention true, what will happen? So as part of the request, it will see is there any session ID is there. If it is there, it will consider. If it is not there, it will try to create a new session ID.
Okay.
So that is the meaning of this flag.
So
Okay,
if it is there, it will create the same session ID. If it is not there, create a new one.
correct. Yes, yes.
Okay.
So in the same case, it's happened, right? So now what I did, I opened new browser. I opened new browser,
Right.
and what I did, I clear the cache, then I submitted. So from browser side, there is no cache, correct? I cleared it. So then it's created new cache, new session ID.
Right.
If you are using same browser, if you are trying to send some session ID, so it will not create any session ID. It will try to use the existing one.
Existing. Right.
So that is the one. And now the second question is, you're asking, right? So after half an hour, how the session ID will be created or nullified or dead something. So that is the second question.
Right.
Now coming back to the request dot get session, correct? So inside the
Yeah.
session, you are getting the session.
ID.
Also, you can able to set the lifespan,
Okay.
set max inactive interval. So here we can able to set, so it will be input is the integer. So what is the integer means? If I'll give here 1, so what it means? So after 1 year, whatever the session ID got created, so that will be removed from the session.
Caches.
So
Session. Oh, session.
till 15 minutes, if you are not doing anything, what will happen? So from the container side, the session ID will be removed. If you logged in second time, what it will see? So inside the request, if there is no you will send some session ID, right? As per the first time you logged in, S1 is created, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, let me write something. Okay, now this is clear, right? User 1 and user 2, how it is differ.
Yeah.
Okay, now the second point is, okay, consider user 1 is logged in.
Yeah.
Okay, user 1 is logged in. Okay, this is the server.
Yeah.
Once user 1 is logged in and session ID S1 is created.
Right.
Okay, and response came back. This is response. Okay, session ID is there with the client browser cache.
Right.
Okay, now you see there, right? What I did here, set max inactive interval. What I did here, one, I had given one, right? So what it means,
Yeah.
inside the server also it will maintain some kind of memory. So what it will do, so there is a memory for the server side. So what is the session ID S1? Lifespan is 1 minute, correct? Hello.